the champions of night one.
And now, World Series Wrestling presents Rise Against.
And the Melbourne Pavilion is packed out here tonight. Everybody crammed in to see the next offering from World Series Wrestling. As mentioned, Killer Kross will be here in our main event against one Matt Riddle. There is so much packed into one night of wrestling, and good Lord, Ben, I am so excited. I'm raring to go. How are you?
I could not be more excited to be here in Melbourne at the Pavilion. Standing room only as we kick off the show with some Nemeth brothers.
Here we go. It seems like Nic Nemeth and Ryan Nemeth, of course, fresh off their victory last night. And we're going to start things off strong and loud. And my apologies, it is just the wanted man, Nic Nemeth, making his presence felt here in Melbourne tonight. Former World Series Wrestling World Heavyweight Champion in his own right, Nic Nemeth has become a bit of a mainstay as of late here in World Series Wrestling, enjoying his time down in Australia, and it really is where the best wrestle, Ben.
Absolutely, both from far away and here in the homegrown, you will not find better wrestling than right here at World Series Wrestling.
Nic Nemeth starting things off here. I have to wonder what brings a wanted man out to the squared circle tonight. Listen how electrified this crowd is here tonight. They are hot here tonight in Melbourne.
Melbourne, Australia, how we doing? How damn good is it to see WSW back here one more time? Are you ready for this? Are you ready for WSW Rise Against to blow this place to the ground? I'm fired up myself too. I got a shot against Bishop Dyer tonight, and I'm gonna prove a point to everybody on the...
Hold on. I mean, Ben, speak of the devil, ask and you shall receive.
Well. Did I cut the music? Cut the music. Did I hear you say the name Bishop Dyer? Because ask and you shall receive.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
You did.
Oh, you're gonna boo him? You don't like him? Well, guess what? We don't really like you either.
I bet he's a wanted
You
man.
know who else we don't really care for you? That's you, my friend, Nicholas. Do you mind if I call you Nicholas? Actually, don't answer that. I don't give a shit. And by the looks of it, you want to yap your gums, call out Bishop Dyer? Well, wherever he goes, I go, because we are the skyscrapers, and there's two of us, and we are big as hell.
I think Nic Nemeth is set for at least a little bit of a reinforcement here. Ryan Nemeth making his way to the ring. The Hollywood Heels in full swing here tonight. There's the true equalizer.
Thanks for having my back, Ryan. I appreciate you coming out here. I don't know what the two of you are doing out here. I was talking about my match against Bishop Dyer tonight and burning this place to the ground. What the hell are you doing out here?
You know, I think I speak for everybody in World Series Wrestling and everybody in Melbourne when I say we're real sick of you big dumbasses.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
And Bishop Dyer, I know you and my brother already have a match tonight, but your friend and his brand new title. I didn't see your name on the card. So why don't I do this for you? Why don't I give you your very first title defense right here tonight in Melbourne?
Gauntlet
Oh,
has
is that
that
what
brought
you
down.
want? You want to win my championship? Right here tonight? Well, too bad. That's not how it works.
Crowd giving their opinion of Donovan Dijak's rejection of the challenge from Ryan Nemeth, loud and clear here tonight.
I just don't understand where Cats come into it.
Well,
we have a little proposition for you. We'll find out who the real pussy is here in a second. My man Dijak will put his title on the line against you right here tonight. But there's a catch. You and me, we fight with no rules.
Whoa.
So if you're man enough to accept that, he'll take your little challenge.
Melbourne. You want a no-holds-barred Melbourne street fight tonight, Jack?
It sounds like they absolutely
Well,
emphatically
you
do.
got it!
There we go. Nic Nemeth has accepted. I hope Nic Nemeth is aware of exactly what he has just gotten himself into. In order to allow his brother to get a fantastic challenge for the Australian Championship tonight, he has had to accept street fight rules against Bishop goddamn Dyer, fan.
There must be something more to this, because Bishop Dyer was only in a no-holds-barred fight last night, and then coming into another fight the very next night. No, I refuse to believe there isn't a plan in place here. There has to be something going on. Bishop Dyer is smarter than that. The Skyscrapers are smarter than that.
Skyscrapers understand that street fight rules does indeed favor them. Bishop Dyer, Donovan Dijak coming with a plan similar to the way they did last night. But of course, as well as what we saw in Adelaide, the Nemeths, if nothing else, have a hell of a lot of heart. You're going to see that in full force tonight. They're going to need that if they're heading up against the Skyscrapers in singles action. This is monumental. Both Nemeths here have an opportunity to really up the stakes here and up their place in World Series Wrestling. We could have a brand new Australian champion already in night 2.
Absolutely amazing, and if it goes across like anything like last night did, we could see lots of titles change hands. But now, it's time for a triple threat.
We saw a man like Darius last night in Adelaide pulling out a victory against a Tuckman in a fantastic showing, really endearing himself to the crowd here in Australia for his first time in World Series Wrestling. What a go-around.
He certainly did walk away with the win of that match, but I would say he walked away the lesser of the two when it came to entrances last night. Do yourself a favor and go back and watch the man like Darius and Tuckman from last night in Adelaide. My goodness, perfection.
And as Darius makes his way here, we know that at least checking in my card here, I don't think it's going to devolve into a 5-minute dance. I mean, maybe it will. Maybe I'm wrong. But I think we don't have to worry about a cardio issue coming into effect here with a man like Darius. Man like Darius, man of the people.
Man like Darius is a man of the people, helping that man drink out of his bottle.
Who's here to party? Are we all here to sit down? I'm here to have a party in Melbourne.
Yeah, the fun never stops here. I'm not
Yo, DJ, turn it up, man. What? I can't hear ya. What? I want everyone to go crazy. Let's go. I can't hear ya. I can't hear. What? What's up, bro? You good, yeah? Listen, when I say 01, you say 21. It's man like the reason I'm back with a new one. Rep my city, fam, what are you on? Best thing from ends, no, I can't choose one. Might see me in the bull ring, might see me get you, bling bling. Fam, if I got beef with you, you don't want to see me up on Broad Street. Man grew up on Wiley and Skeppy, just as much as Heck and Scott. Might see me broadcast live on the telly, repping 0121. You think you sick, but found what are we on? Roll round Brumptown, ends with Leon. We win the Brit Rest, but yeah, let's go! I can't hear ya, I can't hear ya. Yeah. And again. When I say that, 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 when I say that. Oh, what? Jeez. Yo, Melbourne, repeat after me. 0121. 0121. 0121. All right then, you want to party here? World Series Wrestling Melbourne, you good, yeah? For those who don't know, my name is Man Like the Reese. Man like Shrek in the building. And right now, you're listening to the sounds of the lyrical dragon. And when I say 01, you say 21. 01. 01. 01. Jeez.
Lyrical Dragon making his presence felt here for the first time in Melbourne. And as you mentioned, Ben, we're in triple threat rules here tonight, so we're all ready. And you know what? You want to talk about a bit of a change going on here. Look no further. Ilya is here.
Looking very different out of the blue and in the red. It seems like we've seen the last of the Pereira after their disillusion last night. After King Trias left his former tag team partner. Well, we can see there exactly Ilya's swords on his former tag team partner.
This is the Prophet, Ilya!
And you can't really fault Ilya for coming in with the attitude that he has. The man just had almost a decade of friendship, of tag team camaraderie thrown down the drain, and he lost his tag team championships just last night. I do not fault the man, and I really hope that tonight is an opportunity for him to get back on his feet and start fresh.
To lose your best friend and your titles in one night, like in front of your home crowd, in front of your family, you got to wonder what's been going through Ilya's head. Like, I would not be in a happy-go-lucky mood, me personally.
Now as we await the third man to round up this triple threat. We saw him last night in that fantastic four-way for the Australian Championship. You want to have a multi-man scuffle, you throw Moose in, it is going to be a fantastic match. 6'5", close to 300 pounds. Phenomenal specimen. Moose Nation is here.
I mean, I know it's a three-way, but really, Moose counts for two people, right? Absolute huge human being.
already. We're getting a tail of the tape here. You can see the clash of styles.
From Moose Nation, he is the face of the franchise, Moose!
And you kind of have to talk about what strategy you're looking to employ in a triple threat. The psychology is simply different. You always have to have eyes in the back of your head. You need to be aware at all times where that third man is. It is still one fall to a finish, but the rules simply aren't the same, and you can't treat the match the same.
No, and quite rightfully so, you could also form a little alliance. We've seen it plenty of times before. You've got a wrestler the caliber of Moose in the ring, and you're either Ilya or a man like Dyer. Surely you'd be looking at each other going, you know what? We need to take this big guy out so we can impress.
I mean, I think we're about to see a combustible situation already. Man like Dyer, now Ilya jumping into the fray too. Not entirely sure we're going to be seeing any friendships here tonight. Moose has established that right and early here. Man like Dyer, Moose, Ilya, Prophetess. Oh.
Jeez, look at his hand. Massive.
Moose starting early and wow.
As I said, probably not in the best frame of mind.
Really can't fault Ilya, but by the same token, it's understandable you're looking out for number one now.
I'm getting flashbacks to last night, Sean.
Well, I can't exactly repeat what's being said, but place your own subtitles at home, I guess. Okay, this hot Melbourne crowd is ready to start things off for the first match of the night. Oh my God! Ilya eating a massive boot to the face. One for man like Dyer as well, and Moose immediately takes control of this triple threat.
Oh, jeez, I felt that from here, and we're in Adelaide.
Remembering as well, this man is a former NFL player. He is an absolute athletic unit of a man.
Melbourne crowd want one more. Oh, good grief.
Taking his own pound of flesh from the lyrical dragon. You know, if I'm Ilya, I'm saying well on the side of that court. Maybe not.
Oh, Ilya getting a taste.
Troubles. Here we go now. The speed advantage is exactly what Dyer is going to want to use. And you're seeing a very short-lived alliance here. Common goal from Ilya. Hold up! First cover of the night! Wisely. Kicking out as early as possible, and now we get, at least for the moment, a singles match here, one-on-one, while Moose recuperates on the outside. You got to wonder here how used to singles competition is Ilya, coming off, again, a multi-year run with King Prius, former tag team champions. You really have to change your whole mindset when you're heading into singles territory.
Absolutely, and you know what? Going into a three-way, probably not the best way to get your head in that game. Oh, a quick roll up here. Quick little schoolboy. Oh, Ilya, 1 second away from stealing this one, Sean.
That's it, is Ilya now aggressively throwing Dyer into the corner. Kind of case in point is that the way you approach cardio, the way you approach your stamina is entirely different. There is no one else to rely on, no one else to tag in and out. It is simply all you, and I think that's what Ilya has to focus on and has to be aware of now. Everything is on him. And it's not too far removed from the prayer, but you do feel this newfound confidence. I don't want to call it arrogance. However, Ilya, best turn around.
Oh, jeez.
And again, just those frying pan-like chops to the chest.
You're speaking about confidence. I'm confident that Ilya just had the wind knocked out of him.
It's really Hard to breathe when you have the hand the size of Moose careening towards your chest to cave in your sternum. Oh! Flying head scissors from the Prophet. Has Moose on the ropes. Hold on, caught. Oh, this is a bad place for Ilya to be. Oh, come on. Oh my God. Had it scouted. Ilya off his feet. Hurricanrana to the big man and toss.
Massive DDT.
Supplanting Moose straight on top of his head. Ilya looking fantastic in his first foray into his newfound singles glory here. Unfortunately, giving a bit too much time for Moose to recuperate, I fear.
Yeah, probably not the wisest game plan by Ilya, but as you said, he's still getting... Yeah, I'm just going to shut up. I'll take that back. Ilya now with a pin.
Oh, you want to... There we go. The adrenaline has spiked. Potentially, problems are about to arise for the Prophet. Ilya at least attempting to mount it. See that Moose is simply asking for it, beckoning it, pleading for it.
Nothing gives you focus like being punched in the face.
Oh!
Or headbutted in one. Oh, huge European uppercut.
And see, huge Uranagi barreling through with a center. What must that feel like? 300 pounds dropping down upon the chest of the Prophet, and Moose Nation is fired up.
Man like Dyer is back in the ring.
Repping Birmingham, England here. All right.
Taking that shot.
Barely phased the man.
Oh,
well.
We all knew that was coming.
Thanks for coming, I guess. There's something that I do not want to engage in. It's a chop-to-chop battle with Moose. I'll give him this. There's a lot of heart, there's a lot of fire.
Oh. Man like Dyer is trying to chop down that tree. Oh.
You see the way Dyer just attempted to prepare for that assault to no avail.
He's feeling it. Third time's the charm.
Firing himself up. Here we go. Oh my goodness, there we go.
Bit more sting on there, bit more impact. Oh!
You see there a bit of desperation there from Moose. He's now feeling the effects. Multiple shot after multiple shot.
Oh!
Again, a Hurricanrana counter. Hold on, Ilya through. Oh. Cutter! Out of nowhere.
Man like Dyer. 619.
619 from the 0121, springboarding up.
Oh,
missile drop kick.
So technically great, and he's up and over.
Dyer is a man on a mission here. Coming up again. Here in the crowd, has Ilya scouted.
Oh!
Blockbuster!
That's it. We're going to
two. That's so close. You're not talking about triple threat fundamentals. That was your opening right there. Take out the biggest man on campus and then attempt to finish the match as soon as possible.
Man like Dyer seems to be the only one with gas in the tank still. Moose on the outside. Ilya on his back in the middle of the ring.
Now center of the ring.
Surely not. We saw this last night. Going for the sharpshooter.
Heading for the sharpshooter. What would you rate this out of 10? Oh,
not
Ilya
much.
has it scouted. Small package. Held on tight. Just able to get the shoulder up. See, they tangled up the two of them, and that already may have done a tiny bit of damage to Dyer.
Yeah, clutching his knee there as he came out. It looks like their foot got caught. Perhaps twinged it. But Ilya now.
And again, scouting through, back into the sharpshooter, heading to the well for a second time. Float over, and this time he connects.
Now the question is, will Ilya tap? He's right in the middle of that ring. He probably can't get to any of those ropes, Sean.
Well, that's it. Darius well in the way of the shortest distance to the ropes. There is no tag team partner to help Ilya, and as far as I can see, no Moose in sight.
I stand corrected. Ilya's almost there, but no. Man like Darius pulls him right back in the middle and sinks it in.
And you think, oh my God, he's about to do it. Moose at the last second heading forward, preventing the tap. Now coming forth again. Looking forth, and unfortunately dumped to the outside, and again.
I'll tell you what, man like Darius' ring presence is second to none this evening. You talked earlier about having to know where your other two opponents are at all times, and I think man like Darius is exemplifying that statement.
Almost a sixth sense for the lyrical dragon here, and you see that the common themes to be make sure Moose does not get in the ring, make sure simply is not a part of the equation, and keep this as far as possible to a singles affair. Potentially heading for that blockbuster once more.
But you saw him bring up that knee again. He's obviously hurt on that first sharpshooter attempt.
Here we go. Oh, lovely spine buster from Ilya. Now looking to take to the skies himself, perhaps. Darius over halfway across the ring. What in the world does Ilya have in store?
Oh.
Beautiful crossbody. 1. Oh. 2.5. And this match will continue.
Oh,
my God, the man's head does not exist anymore.
I reckon I saw a tooth fly out there, my God. Darius trying one of his own, gets caught up, but follows it through with
roll through, the big man, high up on his back, using his weight against him, and again, that vicious boot to the face.
Darius had him scouted again. Another one, rolls through.
Lord.
Whoa.
Wait a minute, Moose counters.
Oh.
Breaking powerbomb 2. Wow.
Ow.
Somehow, some way, Darius lives.
You have to give it to a man like Darius. I don't know what he's living off. Perhaps just pure, unadulterated adrenaline pumping through his veins. But he kicked out of that with authority.
Almost lights out there for Darius. Moose having the spear scouted. Oh, that shotgun dropkick once again. Moose finding himself in the drop zone. It might be 450 time. Darius can will his way to the top. We are deep into this match now. Heading forward.
Oh,
Clearly.
that's it. That's it. That's going to be it.
It's executed. 1, 2. Winner. Referee headed.
I don't know why they're booing him. That's perfectly legal.
Gonna say, I mean, Ilya is calling for an injury of some sorts. I mean, call it for what it is. It's a tactic, but it worked. Darius had that match won for himself. Fortunately now, Ilya is set to take advantage. And Darius understands where he is. Hold on, potentially playing possum. Oh, come on!
Right in front of the referee, but of course, how are you going to disqualify someone in a three-way? Ilya's smart.
An unfortunate correct rendering of the rules here in Triple Threat. The man cannot be disqualified, and unfortunately, whether you like it or not, completely legal. Oh my God! Tremendous move. 2. Oh, and again, Darius says no. What will it take to put the man down?
I mean, he can barely stand, especially on that damaged knee, but he still ends up getting up. Whoa! Super kick.
And somehow Moose is still on his feet. Again, just absorbing another kick to the face, and good Lord!
Whoa! How did he get that high? How did a man that big get that high?
And now Ilya seemingly out on the top turnbuckle, rocked solid, and now again going for that powerbomb.
Oh, man like Darius trying to get any kind of impact. All these men must be running on fumes right now. Surely they have beaten the hell out of each other.
That's it, looking for any impact against the former Impact World Champion Moose here, who is still somehow on 2 feet, absorbing clothesline after clothesline, and Darius is not one to give up.
Oh, I thought he was going to try for a chop then, but no, another clothesline. And finally, Moose is down on his knees.
Still not out. I think Dries has to be wondering, what do I have to do? Now looking potentially for a suplex to the man.
Don't forget, you've got Ilya in the background there, just sitting on top of the turnbuckle, biding his time, getting his energy back, waiting for the opportune moment.
Fortunately, I don't think a suplex is going to be the best strategy for a man like Dries. Again, Moose, 6'5", 300 pounds. There's a unit of a man to lift up. It's simply not going to happen.
Whoa! Oh, I thought he had it then. I actually thought he had it.
There you go. There's the problem here. He's wrenched his back and potentially needs to head to a different strategy. But Dries is absolutely emphatic that this is going to work. Oh my God!
Oh, nope, not tonight, Charlie.
Oh no! Dries hitting the middle turnbuckle there hard. Moose there just dragging his opponent to his feet. And now we've just got a second man on the top turnbuckle. Really, Moose has his pick of the litter at this point.
Well, we've seen previously that Moose doesn't have a problem getting up that hard.
What
and I think
in
we're
God's
about to
name?
see. Oh, we saw this last night, Sean.
Oh my God!
Oh,
Moose
huge.
holding on, holding on. Wait a minute! Dries up and over! Oh my God!
Ilya,
Where did Ilya come from?
Oh.
Wow.
What's it gonna be? What's it gonna take?
I don't think Dries can be pinned. The man is incapable of being pinned.
He's like Teflon. That works, right?
Yes.
Sure, let's go with that. Teflon.
Moose, Dries, Ilya all laid out. Energy exerted. Completely spent, all three of these men, all in service of World Series Wrestling.
We surely couldn't see a count out of all three men here, could we?
Again, rendering of the rules here as we're up to 7. None of these men making their way to their feet.
Like I say, in our live chat is absolutely loving it.
Ilya, Kip up to his feet. First man up, and that punch is locked, ready to unload. You can see where, no, what do you?
Who's this? No.
Oh,
Oh, come on.
is that King Kross, fresh off last night where he walked out on his long-time tag team partner, and now apparently back here, as far as I'm aware, he's not. I didn't have him in my notes here tonight. King Kross.
No. He's refused to partake after last night.
Wait a minute. Well, the match is still ongoing.
Oh, kick out.
So close, and the Superman punch. Hold on, hold on.
Oh,
no.
huge.
Cut him in half.
Huge spear.
My God. Oh my God.
Here is your winner,
Unfortunately, that was enough to draw Ilya's focus away from the task at hand, and bet that cost him dearly. I still have to wonder what exactly is going on in the mind of King Kross here. This has just devolved into a tragic affair.
I can tell you exactly what's going on in Ilya and King Kross' minds. If you watched King Kross stream last night, you would know why he turned his back. He turned his back because these two young men, as the pariah, went to America to crack the scene. And Ilya left him. Ilya left Kross in America to come back home to his family. And King Kross took exception to that. He had to look after the lease. He had to look after the car. Everything they were going halves with. King Kross now has to be responsible for. And he feels slighted by his former tag team partner.
Well, I will say there's at least then in King Kross' mind a measure of revenge then, as Moose has come away with an absolutely huge victory here tonight. This is only match 1 here, and I'm sure there'll be so much more to come. And as we take you back to the events that transpired, as all three men looking to simply employ some sort of strategy which seems to be to take Moose out of the equation. Moose battering and destroying his opponents at every turn.
And the chops were plentiful. The 450 splashes, the high missile drop kicks, that suplex, amazing.
Out of nowhere, Ilya, and it felt like we were at a point in the match where Ilya was ready to take home the victory, but it was not to be, as a well-placed spear after distraction from King Kross was enough to give Moose the victory. And I'm gobsmacked looking at this events transpiring going forward. What does that mean for Ilya? What does that mean for King Kross? But one thing we do know, that means so much for Moose going forward. We have the rest of the tour to see what the man has to give for World Series Wrestling.
And moving on from the man, we are now headed to a matchup between Shotzi Blackheart and the new Mila Grace. Well, new to World Series Wrestling, I should say. First time we've seen her out here. She impressed me last night. I'm looking forward to seeing what she can bring out up against Shotzi Blackheart tonight.
That's exactly right. World Series Wrestling is nothing if not about opportunity, and there's an opportunity now for both these women to show up and showcase. And this is the first time that Shotzi Blackheart has been here for World Series Wrestling as well. We've had a double debut here at the Rise Against Tour.
From Oakland, California, she is the ballsy badass, Shotzi Blackheart.
And you heard that right, the ballsy badass, rather. And Shotzi has made quite a name for herself for her chaotic, hardcore matchups that have taken place, and we got a bit of a sliver of that action last night as she went up against Ash by Elegance, unfortunately in a losing battle, but that is nothing to take away from Shotzi.
No, Shotzi hoped to start off the tour with a win. Unfortunately, that wasn't meant to be, much like Mila Grace came up short in that #1 contenders match. Now we get to see of these two ladies who is going to make an impact, who is going to put their hand up and say, me, I'm next, I want the title shot. And here we are, that girl, Mila Grace. Do I say it? Gracing us with her presence this evening. Thank you, thank you.
Mila Grace, heading here all the way from Ireland, has been looking to make a name for herself and is certainly on her way to doing that here at World Series Wrestling. And again, as we've mentioned, unfortunately, both these women falling short yesterday in Adelaide last night. But the fact of the matter is the Rise Against Tour does not stop. We keep rolling on, and there are 2 more nights, and hell, there is always tonight. And you're never any better than your last match.
She is the first ever Irish TNA knockout. She is that girl. She is Mila Grace.
And don't forget, Sean, while this tour is 4 nights long, we've got October and November on the horizon as well.
That's it. Mega Mania will be coming to you later in 2026 here. One tour ends, another tour begins later, and then you have to know that if Mila Grace was able to, or Shotzi Blackheart was able to finish this tour as the World Series Wrestling Women's Champion, that pretty much guarantees their place on another tour going forward.
And just remember, folks, we are reading your live chats. So Jared Vincent, 4139, the live chat now on YouTube. Yes, off camera, we are reading your comments. And yes, we are cracking up at some of them. But some of you really need to rethink your lives.
Mila Grace, Shotzi Blackheart going one-on-one here. And you have to know that the powers that be are watching this match closely. Who's to say on the horizon? Of course, we know by the end of tonight, we are potentially going to see a new WSW Women's Champion, Priscilla Kelly, who came up in victory, has gained herself a #1 contendership. Maybe one of these 2 women will face Priscilla Kelly if she was to claim the victory after tonight. Now tie up here to start things off. Potentially a show of respect from the 2 of these, but there is really only one thing at stake here, and that is, well, case in point. Why not?
There's been a lot of respect this tour. A lot of respect. It's great to see. We all like respect.
Oh!
But we also like to see headlocks.
Handshake followed immediately by some chain wrestling here, and Shotzi regaining control almost immediately. He's going to look to ground and pound, and The thing about Shotzi is she can get you from wherever. A massive high flyer. You're not safe outside of the ring. Again, the ballsy badass. She's all about innovation here. Mila Grace now
trying to get some
heading
distance.
to the corner. That's exactly right. Heading some distance. Unfortunately, not safe enough.
Oh.
Still managing to hit a 619. And here we go, where she is absolutely comfortable. Shotzi taking to the skies, coming through. Oh! Mila Grace almost trying to launch for an attack of her own, was caught in mid-air by the ballsy badass.
Oh! Shot to the midsection there with the heels of those boots.
Oh my God.
And again to the midsection. Lower midsection.
Decidedly not a low blow.
The Dyer section.
Heading forth, and now Mila Grace getting out of harm's way. Now coming forward for a shot in the corner of her own. Massive boost heading all the way to the outside. Impressive, impressive is Mila Grace, that girl. You see here, there's almost a reinvigoration from both these women here. You're looking to, again, show up and show out, and you're trying to earn yourself back into that contention if possible.
Well, not only that, you're on an international tour. You don't want to lose every single match. And I think putting the, I don't want to say losers, it sounds bad, but not the winners up against each other is just going to guarantee that these two have something to prove. You're going to get the best out of them because nobody wants to be the person who, as I said before, went home without a win on an international tour.
That's it, both Mila Grace and Shotzi Blackheart showing a measure of scrappiness here. That's a massive shot, remembering from last night, those vicious shots that pretty much encapsulated the entirety of the Kelly Grace matchup. And I have to believe, going into a striking battle, I'm starting to come around to the fact that you do not want to get into a striking battle with Mila Grace.
I was thinking exactly the same thing. We saw a hard-hitting match last night, and that has continued tonight from Mila Grace. She hits hard, and she hits with purpose.
Looking to knock out Shotzi there for a 2 count, shoulder up. Lip wrenching there in pain.
Wrenching in pain, or wrenching she had Shotzi's hair wrapped around her fingers?
Oh, a bit of both. Here coming forward, I think Shotzi had it scouted up and over. Grace, slightly incredulous, is again going to head into the attack, takes an elbow for her trouble. Massive boot. And again, heading to the top now. Coming through. Oh, vicious, vicious drop kick.
Was that to the face, to the throat?
Either way, it was effective. Shotzi feeling the crowd, building up a measure of excitement coming through.
Oh.
Building up a head of steam. 1 clothesline, 2. Now that onslaught from Blackheart again. Those educated feet from Shotzi. Oh no, we've seen this before. Last night, crumpled into the corner. The legs tied up in the corner, and now Shotzi has that girl in her sights. Oh my Lord! Throwing caution to the wind, using herself as a battering ram. And Grace coming up with the shoulder once more to keep herself in play. Wait a minute. Coming around, spinning through. Short back suplex, dumping Blackheart onto her head. Yeah, now coming through, leg over the throat for an extra leverage. And now Shotzi Blackheart kicking out once again. And Ben, if you're watching this tour here, if you're watching these two women go at it, what impresses you about this matchup? What do you think people above are looking for when they're looking for the sorts of women that are going to be in title contention? Is it the heart? Is it the ferocity? What do you think really sets people apart here?
I think it's the wins. Like, I don't want to sound like that guy, but it is the wins, and we might have a winner here very shortly.
That's it. A bit of cattle mutilation could absolutely give the win. Wait a minute, floating over, shoulders down for Shotzi. You think, realized at the last second she was being pinned. Oh my God!
Big DDT right in the middle, and Shotzi not wasting any time to get up top.
You might be right then, the ends really do justify the means. If you're looking for a victory, a win is a win is a win.
Oh! What?
Hold up.
What's going on there? Mila getting the turnbuckle pattering off.
And did that come off or did Mila bring it off?
Oh no, the referee better do something though, because that is unsafe, as we know.
Mila Grace is about to use that. Oh, wait a minute, what the hell?
What's
Mila
no one
Grace!
count?
Mila just hitting our referee with a low blow. What the hell was that for?
I mean, that should be a disqualification, right?
Unfortunately, back was turned. There's no surefire way for the ref to prove who exactly did it. We'll know shortly after. Wait a minute. They're straight into the ropes. You saw that. Shotzi's head bouncing onto the exposed turnbuckle. Mila. What the hell? Where did that come from?
I mean, we talked previously about the need to impress, the need to get a win, and Mila Grace did what she needed to do to get the W.
Maybe exactly right. The history books are not going to show Mila use the exposed turnbuckle. You're just going to see a W next to her name there, I think. Grace obviously had a game plan here, and she's taken I guess, a new page here to say a win by any means. And I'm got to say, I'm absolutely shocked. I don't think I expected it from that girl.
No, but it shows great ring presence as well, because, okay, admittedly, she did low blow the ref, but she did it with the ref's back turn. So how's the ref going to know exactly who did it?
Of course, that'll be known after the fact, but really, you can't unring the bell. Mila Grace has shown up with a pinfall victory over Shotzi, and you know that both Ash by Elegance and Priscilla Kelly were indeed watching that tonight. We have a look at how things transpired as Shotzi came through with a monumental 619 to start things off early. Really took advantage for the early going of this match.
Yeah, Shotzi easily had the upper hand on the early beginnings of the match, and I think Mila realised that, Sean. I think she realised it was going to take a little bit more than technical prowess to put Shotzi away and get her first W for the tour.
Mila trying several times to put away Shotzi early, and you see here the moment of truth where simply tactics change, and she thought, to hell with it. And the referee unable to determine who exactly was the culprit, but unfortunately, after her head bounced off the exposed turnbuckle, it did not matter because Mila Grace came away with a victory through hell or high water. And we think about it now, well, I guess that is for another time. We'll revisit that later, but for now, Ben, it is time for the Australian Championship to be on the line. As we saw,
this match is for the World Series Wrestling Australian Championship. Introducing the challenger from Hollywood, California. He is a former TNA World Tag Team Champion, Hollywood Hunk, Ryan Nemeth.
as we saw earlier, if you're coming to us a little bit later, Ryan Nemeth threw down the gauntlet to our new WSW Australian champion, said, how about I become your first title defense? And here's the thing, Dyer did agree. He said yes, but only if Nic Nemeth would agree to street fight rules against Bishop Dyer later on tonight.
Huge implications for tonight, and I mean, what are you feeling, Sean? Can Ryan Nemeth get it done against the newly crowned Australian champion in Dyer?
If it's anything like last night, we saw that Ryan Nemeth had a ton of heart, was able to rise against the team of Dean Brady and Matt Basso. So really, as long as he can go up against the unstoppable force that is Donovan Dijak, he at the very least has a chance.
There's your Australian World Series Wrestling champion. Newly minted, freshly crowned, and ready to make it 2 for 2.
Of course, last night it was called early. Dijak insisted that by the end of the night he would be crowned a champion alongside his tag team partner.
Weighing in at 270 pounds, making his first title defense, the World Series Wrestling Australian champion,
only in 2023 or 3 years ago that the Australian Championship was introduced. Since then, with TJP as the inaugural champion, there's only been 2 other champions besides the current in the form of Matt Riddle and Shigehiro Irie. And now Donovan Dijak has, well, etched his name in the annals of time as only the 4th Australian champion here tonight, as Ryan Nemeth looks to make it number 5.
Interestingly enough, no Australians have held the Australian Championship.
Exactly right. There is a, obviously is indeed an international organisation. There is opportunity aplenty for everyone, and Dijak may not be Australian, but like it or lump it, he now represents Australia here tonight. Look at the size difference already. You can see halfway across the ring, Dijak dwarfs Nemeth seemingly. And I can tell you this, Ryan Nemeth is not a small man by any means. You can see the confidence oozing out of the current champion. Not even drawing his attention to the Hollywood hunk.
And there's the bell, and we've got a championship title match underway.
Here we are. This is for the very first time tonight. A title is on the line. Of course, later on, we will see the tag team championships, the women's championship and the world heavyweight championship on the line. All titles on the line here in Melbourne, here at Rise Against. That is unfortunately the cross you have to bear as a champion here in World Series Wrestling. It is a tour. You do not get a rest, you do not get a reprieve. You are going to have all comers up to and including Ryan Nemeth and many more. Although for the time being, I think Dijak needs to not be so drawn in by the ire of a few fans.
Is it that he's drawn in, or is he just playing mind games? I mean, if he gets counted out, he keeps that title, right?
Exactly right, champion's advantage. You can see Ryan Nemeth is simply not playing into it at this point. He's staying calm, he's staying cool, staying collected, got his eyes on the prize. And unfortunately, as you're going to see immediately, there's just a huge strength disadvantage here. There we go, a bit of fire from Ryan. He is not going to back down. Hollywood hunk going toe-to-toe with the champion. You can hear that out. He's basically saying, take this seriously.
Now the bell has rung, right?
Yes, this has started here tonight. Ryan Nemeth, Donovan Dijak, and I mean, I wouldn't trust that, would you?
He knew.
Crafty like his brother, smart as a fox. There you go. And there's a way, take away. Oh, there we go. That's another way to keep that strength game going. And you notice that now, if you're Ryan Nemeth, you need to keep that agility game, keep the speed going, dodge out of the way of these huge strikes, and keep the pain coming. There's definitely a way that Ryan Nemeth takes after his brother here. Just that willingness to put your body in harm's way and go all in, all out. Seemingly disregarded his own body and well-being in service of getting the win. Woo. Solid drop kick, sending Dijak sprawling to the outside.
Now, if I was Nic Nemeth, I'd be doing exactly what Nic Nemeth did at the start. Keeping my distance. Dijak's got huge long arms and legs. If you can just stay out and slip under that, and you can strike in vulnerable places, and then get out, that's your best opportunity against a man this size.
That's it. That is going to be Ryan Nemeth's game plan here going forward. Is you need to stay on the man. You can't allow him any time to recuperate.
Tracks back. Does that count as an illegal action?
Honestly, unclear.
I wonder if Dijak was told that somebody once told him that someone was going to roll him.
Ryan Nemeth breaking up the count here.
I don't think he's the sharpest tool in the shed.
You are looking kind of dumb. Ryan Nemeth oddly taking control of Donovan Dijak here on the outside. You really think this sort of environment absolutely favors the champion. Nemeth getting the involvement of the crowd. There we go, getting some assistance. Oh! It's not a strike, so it's not a disqualification. High fives all around from the Hollywood hunk. Oh, unfortunately, a bit too much showboating, and he pays for it there tonight. Oh my God. Right in front of his new fans, his new friends.
Dijak using that brute force to perhaps buy some time.
Scumbag!
Yeah, unfortunately, the ref is having a hard time getting this in control. Needs to get them both back into the ring so he can continue this match in earnest. Unfortunately, Ryan Nemeth is in a world of trouble. Once again, count technically broken up. Count starts again at 1. Ryan Nemeth still has to find his way out the ring. Drop kick straight back to the outside. He simply cannot catch a break. Remembering again that the only reason this match is taking place is because Dijak accepted so that his partner in crime here, Bishop Dyer, was able to, well, he was basically able to win a street fight rules contest against Ryan's brother, Nick, later on tonight.
Plus, I mean, you know, you got to admit the opportunity to go for a title is a pretty elusive reward.
Oh my goodness! Dijak running full force with a head of steam straight into the steel post. Ryan Nemeth wisely taking advantage. There you go, you see a weakness exploited.
Now this is a title match, so we know that the ref is being a little liberal with the count-out rules.
Really trying to get both men back into the ring, and we now have 1 of 2. There we go, Ryan's back in the ring. The ref can breathe a sigh of relief.
Well, you can't win on the outside.
Oh my God.
Whoa! Huge DDT.
Yeah, a large amount of hang time, and now a pin in the center of the ring. Dijak emphatically raises the shoulder up. And Dijak, only the 4th champion in World Series Wrestling history. The Australian Championship, Ryan Nemeth, set to make himself number 5. We know, of course, Nic Nemeth, former World Series Wrestling World Champion. You have to wonder if Nick is seeing that in his sights here. Both brothers looking to collect gold potentially by the end of his tour. Oh no. Potentially looking to feast your eyes. Wonderful neckbreaker count. Neckbreaker counter from the Hollywood hung. And again, the champion gets a shoulder up, kicks out.
Should be capitalizing here. I understand you got to get your breath back, but title's on the line here, Nemeth. Get on it.
Fortunately, you can see that the large sucking in of breath there. Ryan Nemeth has taken an absolute beating, but really has to find that second gear. Hold on, caught. The champion had it scouted, coming through, hoisting. Look at that strength. Death Valley driver executed to perfection. Center of the ring, 2 count, and no. 2 count only.
At this point, Dijak's going to be thinking what it's going to take. He's taken Nemeth to the outside. He's introduced him to the guardrails, to the ring post, to the floor. How much more is it going to take to put Nemeth down and reclaim that championship?
Oh, goozled. Not ready, and Ryan Nemeth in a lot of trouble, finding his way out. And you're looking for that high justice. Oh my God!
Devastating.
Folded in half. 1, 2. No.
Oh. I don't know how he kicked out of that.
Surely.
And Dijak doesn't know either.
Potentially that was a little bit of muscle memory there. I don't believe Ryan Nemeth even knows where he is at this point. The man is still, he's just motionless.
Nobody joined you. You're
That's
all
the
by
wonder
yourself.
whether Ryan Nemeth is simply delaying
Just
the
like
inevitable.
you're gonna be for the rest of your life.
Nemeth still hasn't got it up. Surely if Dijak was using his brains, he'd be pinning right now, but no. He's got something else on his mind.
So it's the last night, the moonsault from this behemoth of a man. Fortunately,
You're disgusting.
I mean,
You're disgusting. Hey, feast your eyes on this.
coming forward. Oh my God! Taking a little bit too much time, and now Ryan Nemeth is set to capitalize.
Oh,
no.
Caught him.
Oh no.
Caught him. Nemeth fighting out. Oh, huge elbow.
The clothesline back for his troubles, heading up across the corner.
Oh.
That spinning big boot. Ryan Nemeth out. Lights are out, no one's home. And this is dire circumstances for the Hollywood hunk. We've seen this now.
Time to die.
You heard it there, time to die. Hold on.
No, maybe not yet.
Holding through. Sunset flip.
Oh.
So close. Nemeth almost coming away with the victory and the title. Putting himself back up, hoisting himself on top of the champion. I mean, this is as good a strategy as ever.
Absolutely. If the champ goes to sleep, the champ loses the title. Brilliant ring presence by Ryan Nemeth.
Right. The champion is down on one knee. The champion, hand raised. He could tap out right here. Oh my God. So close. Oh my God. Champion rising to his feet once again. Ryan Nemeth still holding on. Oh, guillotined against the top rope. We've seen this before. Feast your eyes.
Oh.
Caught, connected. Unfortunately, I think that may be all she wrote here tonight. 3.
Here is your winner and still World Series Wrestling Australian Champion, Donovan Dyer.
What a hell of a title match that was, Sean.
Yes, emphatically a victory here for Donovan Dijak, and while I take nothing away from Ryan Nemeth, that was a pure first title defense, shockingly, for Dijak. And Ryan Nemeth really did give it his all. He came so close at a number of opportunities, but that strength, that power was simply too much to overcome.
Certainly, as we saw last night, 3 other men couldn't overcome Dijak. Ryan Nemeth really did have a tall task ahead of him, and unfortunately isn't victorious this time around.
See there, Dijak now heading out into Australia to gloat and to goad the fans here at the Melbourne Pavilion. He can still call himself the WSW Australian Champion, Donovan Dijak.
Right, that or is he just lost? Forgot which way the ramp is.
I wonder, as we see here how things came about, it was a valiant effort, going strong, going hard, going quick. Ryan Nemeth coming forward and putting his entire body, simply trying to mount a number of offensive moves against Dijak and sending him to the outside with a bit of help from some friends. And then coming through here with that choke slam, which almost spelled doom for Ryan Nemeth. It was only a short amount of time after that that we would see the Feast Your Eyes, which spelled doom and disaster for Ryan Nemeth. And Donovan Dijak coming away with the very first title defense for that Australian Championship. And of course, we know what that means going forward, is that what this ensured was that Bishop Dyer would enable himself to have a street fight rules match against one Nic Nemeth. And that is still to come. Hell, that is next. Of course, remembering to stay in and up with the conversation. We are free and live on YouTube. The comment sections are open. Please feel free. We do read your comments. We read what you have to say. Tell us your predictions. What do you think is going to happen? What are you looking forward to? What have you enjoyed so far? And immediately, we're looking to see a bit of reaping and a bit of sowing. Here in Melbourne, we are set for a street fight here tonight.
Less than 24 hours ago, that man right there, Bishop Dyer, competed in a no bars hold. No bars hold? No, he wasn't in a bar. No holds bar for the vacant
Fighting
Australian.
out of Kansas City,
Wrestling Championship here in Australia. He came up short after going through a door this evening, less than 24 hours ago. But still, the tenacity of Bishop Dyer. He wants Nic Nemeth in a street fight to get out some of that anger at losing that title.
Well, it's emblazoned right there. He lives for revenge, and the man also lives to fight. He loves to fight. Remember, former 3-time Golden Gloves champion. The man has an amateur boxing background, also a football background. He's now a purple belt for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Simply put, he is built for war. He is built for pain. What better way to expend some energy and to engage in a good old-fashioned street fight?
And no stranger to street fights either. We've seen him take a few on in his time. He's a former World Series Wrestling champion.
Nic Nemeth, you see here, is ready for war. The wanted man, potentially this is what he wanted all along. An opportunity to showcase, to show out, to show off. This is exactly the thing. Nic Nemeth never backing down from an opportunity. You can see etched on his face, that is a resolute man who understands firmly what he is getting into, ready to tackle it head on. That is the Nic Nemeth way.
And much like we saw previously this evening, you have to believe that
Cleveland, Ohio, weighing in at 213 pounds, he is the one man, Nic Nemeth.
You've got to believe that if either man comes away with a victory here, they are getting the attention of World Series Wrestling upper management and saying that title needs to be put up for grabs, and I want to be the one who's grabbing it.
Nic Nemeth held that title for 273 days. The last time he was able to call himself World Series Wrestling World Heavyweight Champion. He won the match from Matt Cardona, would eventually lose it to the very same man. Already has cemented himself as a mainstay here in World Series Wrestling. It's not hard to see why. Cut from the same cloth as many of the greats.
Speaking of cloth, that's some very new gear being sported by Nemeth.
Case in point, he is ready for battle, ready for war. Remembering once again, street fight rules, if you're unclear, essentially no disqualifications, no count out. We can go anywhere here in Melbourne. If they can catch a flight in time, we can head elsewhere too. Match goes until there is a victor, plain and simple. The ref is there to count the pinfall or to note the submission.
They can go anywhere, but they can also use anything. Yes, that includes bins, that includes doors, that includes shreks. Whatever they want to use, it's all legal in this matchup.
You have to wonder, I mean, interestingly enough, their respective partners have just gone to war with one another. I really do not expect Dijak or Ryan Nemeth out here tonight, so I think we may have actually an old school one-on-one affair here.
Test of strength to start things off. No.
The experience advantage does go to Nic Nemeth here tonight. 21 years in the industry, started from the bottom all the way to the top. Bishop Dyer, crowd sentiment notwithstanding, been around for the better part of a decade, self-made man as it were.
I love that this is our national chant. This is what we're known for, Australia. Be proud or don't be, whatever.
Hold on. See there, Nic Nemeth ready to take to the sky, simply not going to allow Bishop Dyer to take his time, attempt to play any sort of mind games. And you'll notice this about Dyer. He is one that wants to take his time, that wants to do things on his clock, on his watch. He's not going to be goaded into a speed game with the wanted man.
No, it's about control. It's how you control the match. You control the speed. Dijak isn't out here.
Let's not forget, These men know each other so well. They have had absolute wars with each other in the past. They know each other's arsenal inside and out. Bishop Dyer, Nic Nemeth, no strangers to one another, that's for sure.
Nemeth encouraging everyone to give Bishop a round of applause for finally getting in the ring. And we're underway again.
Go here. Early feeling out process and that amateur wrestling background coming to the forefront immediately in this street fight from Nemeth. Know that he has that brawling mixed martial art background, and that is also going to come into play. Again, recently taking away gold in the Pan Am Games.
One thing that background will teach you is how to work joints against each other. You can look at the torque of that wrist and the elbow, and then moving down and trapping that arm against his thigh so he can stretch, but Nemeth fighting out of it. Trying to get in a stretch of his own and showing that he's no slob. Battering away at that tricep.
You can see really trying to isolate that arm, potentially thinking an abdominal stretch, but now just looking, dislocate those fingers, Mike. Oh, good grief. And again, smart thing to take away the fists of Bishop Dyer. Here we go, goading him once again, saying, let's do it, and now, no, Bishop Dyer, say what you want, smart man, intelligent man.
And we're down to the brawling now. Bishop Dyer has had enough.
Simply, unfortunately, is letting this Melbourne crowd get the better of him.
That's uncalled for. What a mean chant. Poor form, Melbourne, poor form.
Dyer taking the opportunity, really creating some separation, simply looking to keep his hands at bay, and once again taking Nemeth down, controlling the pace. Giving as much as he gets is Bishop Dyer.
I think he was just reminding the Australians that they paid for him to come here. Oh, dear.
Oh, no!
I know people who paid for that.
He's got Bishop by the rooks. Bishop, and here you go. You asked for a street fight, perfectly legal. Take a breather, Dyer. Point out here, this is the 35th time that these two men have met together one-on-one over the years. This one
now with a swinging backbreaker, he's feeling it.
35 times over a decade between these two.
Big kick out by Dyer.
That's it, you spend that much time beating each other up, really. How do you find new ways to punish your opponent that you know so well?
I think we know the answer to that. We saw it a couple of minutes ago.
Now, Nemeth being cut to the quick here. Up in harm's way. He's trying to find his way out. Manages to create that separation. Up and over. Oh, my goodness.
Landed hard on his knee there.
You can see there it wasn't pretty, but it got the job done. Bishop Dyer just simply launching Nemeth up in the air. Landed horribly awkwardly.
I was about to say, again, if Nemeth can't get in the ring, Dyer wins by default, but I forgot, this is a street fight.
However, you take away the knee, you take away the super kick.
That's right.
Patented part of Nemeth's arsenal. And now we're seeing taking liberal use of the lack of rules as we head to the outside. Melbourne, are you ready for a street fight?
And it's time for the chairs.
Here we go, coming through!
Midsection.
Well placed to the solar plexus of the wanted man. I mean, we've really got to be careful here. These fans need to keep a respectable distance from Bishop Dyer lest they incur his own wrath.
Dyer just stalking Nemeth now. big shot to the chest in front of some Nemeth fans there.
You can see like a shark smelling blood. Bishop Dyer is just stalking, wandering after Nemeth, striking emphatically and true. Here we go. Pace starting to pick up. Oh, careful! Just setting him straight into our Melbourne crowd here. Here. Give these men a wide berth. We have no idea where this goes next. We can only simply follow the chaos. And our ref is going to do his best job that he can here.
I think the ref's more out there to keep the fans safe than he is to officiate this match.
Remembering it's decidedly not Falls Count anywhere. This match must finish inside the ring. See, they're just choking the life out of Nemeth. Well-placed punch to the head, and we are just heading all around in front of some expensive equipment here, and Nemeth is just trying to... What has he got in his hand there? Beer to the eyes! Beer to the eyes!
That could be Dyer's one weakness.
You see, they're raking the eyes once more, simply trying to eliminate the sun component.
He's trying to get the beer out of his eyes. He was being very nice and offered him a beer, slipped because it's very slippery out there. You know, people get shoved in crowds, and then was just trying to help by getting the beer out.
Well, you can see at least now he's helping him get back towards the ring so he can continue this match and potentially have a winner here. Because again, pinfalls not occur outside of the ring. Everything is legal, but everything must finalize. Hold on.
Oh, Shrek, how could you?
The team of Nic Nemeth and Shrek, apparently. What is this Melbourne crowd? This is phenomenal.
That's one word for it. And we saw this in the previous match by his brother. Nic Nemeth jumping on, just trying to choke the life out of Dyer here.
But you can see Dyer is still holding Nemeth up onto the stage, essentially piggybacking him up a load of stairs. Man is fading fast though. Remember as well, Dyer asked for this contest. He asked for this match. Hold on. Unceremoniously dumping Nic Nemeth back inside the ring. Bishop Dyer, of course, one half of the MLW Tag Team Champions. Nic Nemeth on time. World champion in his own right. Famouser heading forward. No!
Honestly thought that was it there. Nemeth had it scouted. He knew Dyer had to come into the ring to continue the match and had his spot sussed.
Both these men are here to rise against one another, rise up to the challenge. I think Nic Nemeth is ready to go exploring, see what opportunities lay underneath the ring.
Nic Nemeth feeling a bit charitable this evening.
Puns aside, I don't think, unfortunately, oh my God, well, created a brand new weapon, maybe not. But if you're gonna use a chair, you're gonna use it properly. Thankfully, Nemeth has at least a bit more time.
Oh, right in the midsection.
Dyer suffering the rout of the steel chair straight on top of the back. Here we go, what exactly? Oh no! Took a little bit too much time to glue.
Oh.
Devastating, folding Nemeth in half across his back, and Nemeth with the shoulder up.
Just in the nick of time. Why are you laughing at that joke?
Internally.
Much like Nic Nemeth's injuries.
Nemeth here, taking his time. You can see, unfortunately, the scars and the bruises. The man has been battered, and yet still, he looks for more torture to inflict on the wanted man.
And it's time for the Budding Special. No, it's not. Bishop Dyer closing the door.
Bishop Dyer at war with the fans, it seems, here tonight as well. Depriving them of their bloodlust. Says, I simply don't need that. Saying, I don't need a weapon, I can take your favorite out by myself. See now, unfortunately, in a very, very precarious predicament is Nic Nemeth, almost lifeless, being dragged to his feet by one arm.
Just horrible chants coming from this Melbourne crowd.
Now again, hard whip to the corner. Nemeth being ragdolled in and around the ring. Fortunately, unable to avoid the massive lariat from Baron Corbin, who's going to go to the well again. Coming through. No!
Nemeth out to get out of the way.
Wait a minute! The danger zone!
That's gonna be it.
Hit! Nemeth has a chance!
Oh, kick out with authority just before the 3.
See, driving his hand against the back of the head of Nic Nemeth. Still a bit of fire, bit of power left in the Nomad.
I gotta say, there's about 1,500 people in attendance screaming for tables. There's 1.3 thousand people watching live on our YouTube, all screaming for the Bunnings door.
At least for the time being, we're gonna tune up the band, heading forward. No! Wait a minute! Low blow! Countered by Dyer. Had the situation scouted.
Repaying Nemeth the favor from earlier.
I think now, Dyer says that he'll do it again on his own clock, on his own time. The door has been introduced. That both these men so exhausted, so tired. How could you not be? And yet still, there is only one thing to do. Continue battering your opponent. There's no other choice.
No, not again. Dyer went through one of these last night.
So you have to think Dyer absolutely does not want a repeat of last night. Oh, wait, no, deep 6! Thunderous execution, no! Nemeth back with the super kick. Oh no, Ben. Ben is in trouble, oh my God! Death Valley driver!
Door Valley driver!
Nic Nemeth folded in half through the table. And this is exactly what a street fight entails. Both these men going through hell.
Going through
As we
doors.
look back again here, the Death Valley driver, as both men careen into the corner, simply looking to inflict as much punishment. And you have to look, oh my God!
Dyer's busted open. And Nemeth with the win.
There is your winner.
And just like that, Nic Nemeth out of nowhere, coming away with the victory. And you know that that was a desperation maneuver here. Nemeth feeling the pain, feeling the hurt, understanding that he needed to get things done as quickly as possible, because the longer this match went on, Ben, the more it favored the Nomad. Street fight rules always favors the Nomad.
I mean, in a street fight, you can have a victor, but are there any winners? I mean, look at Nemeth. He's looking a lot worse for wear here.
That's it. Nic Nemeth is the victor here tonight.
I mean, we've still got 2 nights of this tour to go. And Nic Nemeth has just been through hell in that street fight.
That's it. You have to look about preservation as well, and that's the problem with how you have to approach something like a WSW tour, is that you're here, in this case, for 4 nights, and how exactly do you persevere, not just for the night, but the entire weekend, as it were?
Well, speaking of the entire weekend, Bishop Dyer has now been in 2 no-hold-barred street fights over the past 24 hours. We saw he was busted open at the end there. What does this mean for his tour? Not only from a wins-loss point of view, but what does it mean for him being physically capable of being able to continue on for the rest of the tour?
And of course, we can see here now, let's go back and had a bit of a look at what transpired in this match. This street fight that devolved into absolute chaos with 2 men looking to batter and beat themselves into oblivion. You saw here Bishop Dyer taking firm control.
Hard shots right from the very start. And, you know, something else may have been hard.
Nic Nemeth with some unorthodox offense. And of course, the neck breaker here, just looking to systematically break down the Nomad. And of course, as we expected, this started to head in and around the ring as chairs were employed. Shrek was deployed.
Totally legal. Users of Shrek, totally legal.
And this is where things broke down as the Death Valley driver through the door, taking out both men. It's hard to tell who really actually did get the worst of that. And Nic Nemeth taking a full control, desperation maneuver, hitting the roll-up and securing the victory for himself. And my God, what a war between these 2 men. When you ask for a street fight, that is exactly what you get.
Absolutely huge first half, but we are not over yet. That's right, World Series Wrestling fans. We've got another half to go after this very short intermission. But hang around on YouTube at World Series Wrestling, because we are going to be coming with you more action like this.
And let's look back at exactly what happened here in the first half of the Rise Against Tour. Triple threat rules. Moose, Ilya, men like Darius, and what began as an absolute chop fest as they sized each other up. Darius was able to get in a 450 Moose, a high angle suplex, but unfortunately things started to break down once again after Ilya was showing out. His former tag team partner came through, caused a distraction, and enabled Moose to pick up the victory. 1, 2, 3.
Huge way to start the evening, but then we continued with Shotzi versus
Mila Grace, of course.
Sorry, I was so taken aback. We saw here early on Shotzi taking the lead, but then Mila Grace showed a bit more of a vicious side.
That's it, both these women looking to put out all the stops here to impress those in the back. And Mila Grace starting to show a new side to herself, and we can see a lot more aggression, a lot more fury, and unfortunately, you look here and you can see the low blow to the referee, which caused a distraction that enabled Mila Grace to take full advantage of the exposed turnbuckle.
And of course, leading into a 1, 2, 3, Mila Grace picks up the win. And Shotzi, so far, remains winless on this tour.
And of course, as we rolled on here, we had a phenomenal showing from Ryan Nemeth, who challenged the brand new Australian champion Dijak in a valiant effort, but unfortunately, it was not to be tonight.
No, Nic Nemeth, again, the use of Shrek. I'm seeing a pattern form here. Ryan Nemeth chopping down Dijak, trying all he could to get the giant down on his knees to claim the Australian Wrestling Championship.
Of course, there's a lot of those high-impact maneuvers that eventually became too insurmountable for Ryan Nemeth, who was shortly to succumb to an emphatic knee straight to the face, and that is the first title defense in the books for Donovan Dijak, as he was set to feast your eyes on another victory.
And then we had the brutal grudge match, Melbourne street fight of the tag team partner and the brother of the previous match.
That's it. Bishop Dyer and Nic Nemeth went to war with one another, pulling out everything into their arsenals. They know each other so well, and things devolved very quickly to the outside around the Melbourne Pavilion, utilizing chairs, utilizing fans to the full advantage. And I was going to say to the full extent of the law, but at street fight, there is no rules, there's only doors.
And Nemeth went through, but we saw there that Dyer copying a huge part of that door, smashing into his forehead. The blood covering his eyes. Nemeth was able to get the pin and defeat Bishop Dyer.
Yeah, that is for the first half here of the Rise Against Tour. Of course, there is plenty more to come. And of course, we are back. Welcome everybody joining us live and for free on YouTube. This is of course World Series Wrestling. We are here at night 2 of the Rise Against Tour, live here at the Melbourne Pavilion. We are set for tag team action.
They are the most electrifying, high-flying, and death-defying tag team in Australia. They are the team of Ryan Rapid and Mitch Waterman, the Water Rapids.
Hometown heroes here, Mitch Waterman, Ryan Rapid, have a tremendous opportunity here tonight as they get set to vie for the World Series Wrestling Tag Team Champions. Newly crowned from last night as the Good Brothers picked up the fantastic victory as they took apart after the dissolution of the Pareja and now called themselves champions. But of course, as this tour rolls on, they have to defend.
And you'll see that any local team looking to make a name for themselves, looking to capture that international gold, are going to have to come up against our World Series Wrestling champions. And here they are now.
Good Brothers set to make their very first title defense here. They make their way to the ring here in Melbourne. Of course, remembering we are live on YouTube. Feel free to jump in the chat, give us your predictions, give us your thoughts and feelings as we get set for some tag team action. Gold on the line.
Machine Gun Carl Anderson, Doc Gallows, your World Series Wrestling champions, making their way to the ring to take on the local Water Rapids. Now we've got a tale of two tag teams here. On one hand, you have the Good Brothers, who have been all over the world, won titles in almost every federation you can think of.
World Tag Team Champions. They are your World Series Wrestling World Tag Team Champions. The team of Big LG Doc Gallows and Machine Gun Carl Anderson, the Good Brothers.
Now the Water Rapids, from my understanding, have not been a tag team for an overly long time. In fact, they were rivals before coming together and forming the Water Rapids. So you have to wonder, are they the underdogs in this matchup?
It's really that old adage of iron sharpens iron, right? Is you can really, when you find each other, you go to war with each other, you know each other so much better, and really that can create fantastic tag teams. The history of wrestling has showed that to be tried and true. And you have to wonder how much time, I mean, the Good Brothers have had to study up on the Water Rapids, and technically vice versa. Really, the titles can be ever changing, so you may not know what your matchup is going to be before this night in question.
Of course, you may not know who your opponents are, but the Good Brothers wrestled last night as well, whereas the Water Rapids are fresh. The Water Rapids are also hungry, I would assume, because they've got a bigger thing to prove.
Of course, the accolades of the Good Brothers are varied and known. Former IWGP Tag Team Champions, former Impact World Tag Team Champions, former Raw Tag Team Champions for WWE, and now WSW Tag Team Champions to add to their list of accolades. Too Sweet chants reverberating across the ring, and now remembering, one for each team. Ryan Rapid looking to start things off with Machine Gun. Carl Anderson, a prolific singles competitor in his own right, tag team specialist. singles wrestler, really is able to do it all. Former leader of the Bullet Club, Machine Gun Carl Anderson.
Now, Mitch Waterman appreciating the home crowd, giving the home crowd boys a cheer, but we should point out, last night, the home crowd favourites, the Pariah, lost the tag team championships to the Good Brothers. So while the crowd may be on your side, while you may have home court advantage, it doesn't necessarily become an advantage.
I mean, this is the thing. You cast your mind back to last night. That's exactly what the Good Brothers did. They took advantage of an unfortunate situation. And when you've got championship gold on the line, really, you'd be stupid not to. Yeah, they're saying, listen to it. You can hear them. Loud and proud. This is our Melbourne, Australia. The crowd is hot and live here tonight.
I mean, sure, there's some boos there, but I did hear some cheers, and rightfully so. Carl Anderson's a legend in the wrestling industry.
A tremendous amount of respect. Gallows and Anderson here, the Good Brothers. Imagine what it would mean for the trajectory of the Water Rapids to come away with a victory over the Good Brothers and solidify themselves at night 2 with those tag team titles.
It'd be a huge achievement, but it's going to be a long hill to climb in order to get there.
I mean, for the time being, we have a bit of a popularity contest. Boys demanding, we're going tit for tat here. But I don't have a referee's job here. I wouldn't want to contest that, but it looks like now we've popularity contest over. Wrestling match can begin.
Right off the mark, Machine Gun looking to dislocate some joints.
Machine Gun taking immediate advantage again, and that is the thing. He is taking advantage of the situation, goading Brian Rapid into a competition here, and now looking to dismantle the young man. There you go, isolating the arm.
That arm does not look good. Being wrenched and torched by Machine Gun. Oh! Almost hear the sinews snapping.
Taking wrist control, and now Rapid almost up and over, springboarding. What an absolutely fantastic way to escape. But here you go, you said it yourself, Ben. This is going to be a clash of styles.
Oh!
Sentiments exactly.
You can have the flips, but nothing beats the basics.
Oh my good grief!
And that's
the loudest chop I've heard tonight.
Machine Gun's out.
Anderson taking a much-needed breather. That's a whip crack of a knife-edge chop there.
Carl Anderson verbally asking, what was that for?
Remember, tag team titles are on the line. Doc Gallows and Rapid jaw-jacking with each other. Not even a legal man, mind you. Doing that feeling out process. Eventually the big man looking to tag in.
And Rapids wants him. Rapids wants the doctor.
Drawing a line in the sand, says, I want some. Big man entering the squared circles. The good Doc is in.
Now, right now, what's your game plan? Surely they have one. And that is what it is. Mitch Waterman tagging in.
That's it now. We've got a refresh scenario here. Doc Gallows, Mitch Waterman. You can really see again, it's kind of a tale for the night. This is a night of size disadvantages here, size difference. Doc Gallows now just looking to simply gain hand on Waterman, who comes through, jumping under, double drop kicks, dual drop kicks here, one after the other.
Oh, cut off by that vicious elbow right underneath the chin. Gallows' turn now, off the ropes.
Taking control, not able to take the big man off his feet. Now he's just pissed him off. Can't see his face. There you go. Look at the... Imagine that face staring you down.
I think the Melbourne crowd are perfectly emphasising. Oh!
Good Lord, that is one scary man here going to town now on Rich Mortimer, who is absolutely in a bad place, literally on the other side of the ring. Now Carl Anderson tagged back in, machine gun. Oh my goodness, just breaking the eyes, it seems. The eyes of the nose there, it's hard to tell. Ripping through, it doesn't have to be pretty, it just has to be effective.
That's right, let's not forget the World Series Wrestling Tag Team Championships are on the line here.
Here we go, taking control once again. Waterman off the ropes, ducking through, coming in! The Hurricanrana followed by an arm drag, well placed, perfectly executed. He traps that arm. Carl Anderson immediately trying to gain a rope breaker. You can see him reaching out, but he is quite far.
It's almost like he's a little bit discombobulated.
Is there Waterman? Gain that wrist control. Oh, again!
Hey, it works.
Breaking the ice, come on now, and now eliminating Rapid from the equation. There's that trick, that quick tag, sorry. Again, taking advantage, the name of the game for the Good Brothers.
And now the double team shoulder block driving the wind out of Mitch Waterman.
And you know, of course, they are just potentially biding their time today. Look to execute that magic killer, the same move that awarded them the tag team titles last night against the Pereira.
Gallows picking up Waterman. Too sweet.
See that one-handed, holding the man up, fall-away slam with authority. I think he realized he's gotten a bit too close there to Rapid.
He's feeling it now. The
Gallows.
Good Brothers firmly in control.
That's it, full weight into that shot into the corner, and with ease. 5 seconds, 6 seconds. I may as well go and take a coffee at this point. It could go on forever.
I wonder what the world record is for holding someone in a stalling suplex.
Want to find out?
Let's find out.
Doc Gallows now taking his time, staking his claim, firm control, and Mitch Waterman hung up on the ropes, really.
Let's ask
Far
the
away
chat.
from his partner.
Let's ask the chat over at youtube.com/@World Series Wrestling in the live chat. Do some research. What is the world record for the longest stalled standing suplex?
Here we go now, just battering Waterman in the corner. Ref here has to break up before that 5 count. Oh, again, raking the eyes of the challenger. No remorse, no regret from the Good Brothers here. Do what it takes to survive, do what it takes to win. Nice snapmare. Now dragging him straight into a choker. Rear naked.
Okay, we've got a couple of results from our live chat. We've got 1 minute, we've got 44 seconds, we've got 3 seconds. I don't think they're taking the research seriously, Sean.
See here, that is almost...
Oh, wait, no. Scruff McBuff in the live chat said he's holding a guy as we speak. 3 weeks at the moment, so congratulations.
You can hold on for at least a few more seconds. We may get a tag in from the challengers. Ryan Rapid screaming for an opportunity here. Hold on. Oh! Big shot to the midsection here, and again, taking control, dragging Waterman straight back into the corner once again, who now has to start anew, start afresh from the opposite side of the ring. Here you go, fighting back! Again, cut to the quick here, Doc Gallows. They are simply doing everything in their power. So effectively have they cut off the Water Rapids from each other. Now Ensaguri, well placed. There's now an opportunity. Waterman needs to tag out.
Ryan Rapid asking for the tag, reaching in.
Oh,
Can he get it? No!
Fortunately, Carl Anderson got to his partner quicker. Doc Gallows tagging out, and now so close, fingertips away. Reaching a little bit further, good God. And quick suplex, hold on, landing on his feet, does Waterman, jumps through, Rapid makes the tag! Here comes the young man! Machine gun, eats the moonsault, comes through! Rapid is on fire! Oh my God, straight to the back of the head, man!
Straight in the midsection as Doc Gallows. Countered by Rapid.
Supplanted with a well-timed DDT. Rapid and now tagging immediately back to Waterman. Oh, good Lord. What a shot. Hold up. Checking out from the outside. Fosby flop into the cutter.
We're going to cover. 1, 2, no chance, no.
Almost your new tag team champions clearing the rope. Tell that man won his local high jump competition in high school. Rapid back into the ring now, and Machine Gun is in some trouble.
Firmly on top. Doc Gallows is nowhere to be seen. Oh, wait, there he is.
Hung up on the ropes at Tree of Woe, and see Rapid directing a bit of traffic here. Oh no, we've seen this before. Looking for the coast to coast, while on the outside, Doc Gallows holding up!
Oh! He landed on his feet! But they're going to cover. Rapid's the legal man.
Time for the victory!
Oh, again! Whoa, that is twice in a row I thought we had new champions.
Dual execution from the Water Rapid. Doc Gallows nowhere to be seen. And again, looking to direct that traffic, and now what in the hell do these two men have in mind? Here we go. Waterman. Moonsault coming through. Oh, wait. Thought he was heading for a 450. Unfortunately, caught.
Oh, spine buster.
1, 2, 3. No. The snap spine buster. You can see almost his head snapping across the floor there. And now, unfortunately, Good Brothers are back in the ring together, united.
Waterman on the outside. I don't think he's getting back up after being slammed into those guardrails by the Doctor.
Oh my God! Yeah, we saw this last night. Backdrop neck breaker. Heading through. Tag team chance. And no!
How?
Ryan Rapids kicking out. Good Brothers simply won't be denied. There is no reprieve. There is no time to rest. Time for a bit of a magic killer. Hold on! Waterman back in the ring to save his tag team partner. Huge kick there from Gallows, and now back to the attack. That's given, I think, enough time for Rapid to mount a comeback here, fighting the men off.
Oh, jeez!
Inside out.
I don't even think he's conscious.
And here we go. That's a magic killer. Directed, employed, and there you have the retention from the tag team champions, Good Brothers, victorious. Wow.
And still, your World Series Wrestling World Tag Team Champions, Doc Gallows, Carl Anderson, and Good Brothers.
Credit where credit is due, Sean. The Water Rapids put on a hell of a fight, but in the end they could not overcome the brute strength and the years of experience of the Good Brothers.
You could see that the Good Brothers kicked it into a second gear there, saw the the employed tactics of the Water Rapids, that they were starting to hit high flying, be able to isolate them correctly, and the Good Brothers said, absolutely no, we're going to up things up a notch, and really, that's exactly why they are the tag team champions. Again, as we've said,
wait here,
time
Sean,
and time
wait.
again. Hold up.
Machine Guns calling the Rapids into the ring.
Potentially looking for round 2. These four men put on a tremendous showing here, and I think see that. There we go. A show of respect from the champions to the Water Rapids. A ton of respect, a ton of acknowledgement here. And Good Brothers will continue on in this tour, crowned champions.
Giving them their spotlight. They really are Good Brothers.
That was indeed too sweet, and we are exactly not done here tonight. Plenty more to go as we give our flowers, but before then, let's look how this takes place. You see there's a feeling out process here. Machine Gun Carl Anderson and Ryan Rapids feeling each other out until it devolved into a slugfest between Waterman and Doc Gallows, and things just really escalated and really ramped up from there, Ben.
I really don't think the Good Brothers were prepared for just not only the high flyingness, but
the innovation,
the technical prowess of the two.
Can see they're doing everything in their power to try and isolate the champions. Unfortunately, the opposite occurred. One magic killer later, and we had a retention from the Good Brothers, who will go over for at least the next night, if not two, to defend those World Series Wrestling Tag Team Champions. A ton of respect from both teams as we now head on from one championship match to another.
And she charmed you last night. Maybe tonight, second time can be the charm. And our #1 contender, Priscilla Kelly, can walk away with the World Series Wrestling Women's Championship.
Of course, last night, Hell's favorite Harlot picked up a victory over Mila Grace to secure her spot in tonight's match here. Ash by Elegance now knows her next contender. We are moments away from seeing if we're to crown a new champion here tonight. Because here's the fact of the matter is, as a champion, there's a target on your back constantly. Everybody is vying for that title. Ash by Elegance knows that she is a wanted woman.
Also, huge, hellacious #1 contenders match last night. You have to wonder how either of these women will be feeling tonight. We had the #1 contenders with Priscilla Kelly coming up very, very well because she won. And then we saw what quickly divulged into a semi-hardcore match. Ash by Elegance regaining her title against Shotzi.
That's it, the ballsy badass rather, falling short unfortunately, but again, it was another showcase for Ash by Elegance, who now has another unique challenger to go up against. You have to wonder what the strategy is for the champion coming into this match. How does she intend to combat Hell's favorite Harlot?
I think her strategy should be to win. If she wins, then she gets to keep the title. I mean, I'm no expert, but in my years of wrestling, the winners are certainly the ones who win in the end.
Well, we'll see if the champion is able to do exactly just that.
And there is your champ, Ash by Elegance, winning that title last tour last year, I believe, Sean.
Exactly right. Ash by Elegance has really endeared herself to the audience here in Australia. Really improved her pedigree night after night, showing exactly why she is at the top of her game here at World Series Wrestling. And the interesting part is to remember is that for 2026, the time is not over. If Ash by Elegance is able to surpass everyone here tonight.
Oh, Shrek!
Shrek included.
Wait, isn't she supposed to turn into an ogre now?
In here, there, crowd going absolutely wild. And as pointed out, we are not done with World Series Wrestling for 2026. Ash by Elegance has, well, October, November to look forward to, up to and including, let's not forget, Shayna Baszler waiting in the wings.
I mean, if you've got someone like Shayna Baszler on your horizon, how are you going to focus in the match here tonight?
So far, Ash by Elegance has held that title for 412 days, looks to make it 413.
This match is for the World Series Wrestling World Women's Championship. Introducing first, the challenger to my right. Fighting out of Atlanta, Georgia. She is Hell's favorite harlot, Priscilla Kelly. And standing to my left, fighting out of Cleveland, Ohio. She is the former TNA Knockout Women's Champion. She is the current Queen of World Series Wrestling. And she is your World Series Wrestling Women's World Champion, Ash by Elegance.
Interestingly enough, with the title around her waist, this is the very first time that Ash by Elegance can call herself Women's Champion in World Series Wrestling outside of Adelaide. She won the title in Adelaide. She defended it last night against Shotzi in Adelaide. Now she's in Melbourne for the first time with the gold.
You really do have some weird stats.
Got to keep them on your toes. Ash by Elegance winning the championship back in 2025 in a fatal four-way match against Lena Kross, Jessica Troy, and Santana Garrett.
No buts about it. We're about to see a great championship match here.
Here we go. Lock up to start things off, and you can see straight aggression immediately from Priscilla Kelly. Immediately takes side headlock control. Facing full weight down on the champion. Has to be careful not to keep her. Oh, shoulders on the mat by Priscilla.
Good rig presence there by the champ.
You can see there. Ash by Elegance firmly keeps her left shoulder up. Head scissors now. Looking to have a tap out. Squeezing down. Priscilla able to escape very quickly, wisely so.
Regrouping, Priscilla just gets Ash by Elegance to back off. Give her some time, give her some space. Reassess the game plan.
Crowd firmly behind. Remember, this is for the World Series Wrestling Women's Championship. Oh, well, certainly a way to ramp things up.
I don't think that's where chops usually go.
This is the very first time that these two women have met inside a ring in any capacity. Their paths have never crossed so far. Two ships passing in the night. Now in World Series Wrestling, we have this opportunity.
Priscilla now telling the crowd this is what wrestling is, and I have to agree with her there. This is for the Women's Championship.
Making her way back to her feet now, trying to simply break the grip from the champion. Contort her body in any way just to break the grip, and took a kick to the head to do so. Champion says fair game.
These two wrestlers seem to just be wanting to show each other up, show each other what they can do. It's not so much of getting the upper hand at the moment.
Here we go, this is wrestling breaking out between the two. Can't exactly, well, again, create your own subtitles there. And there we go. Again, to show us what, well, bit of smacking, a bit of licking. It's the unorthodox contest to say the least.
Right, shoulder block, right, let's go, continue.
Come forward, Ash by Elegance, the champion. A bit of mind games being employed by both women here tonight. And more smacking. He here firmly trying to get
No, I
under
honestly,
the skin of both competitors here.
Exactly right. This is a tactic. This is a psychological tactic on Ash by Elegant's behalf. You can see how distressed Priscilla Kelly is from basically that show of disrespect. It's a show of disrespect. Priscilla Kelly is here to wrestle for the World Series Wrestling Championship, and Ash by Elegance is just not interested, which is weird coming from a champion. Quite frankly, I'd expect more.
So here now maybe an offering from the challenger. I don't think we need to be here for this, but... Oh my God, wait a minute! Well... Every now and then in wrestling you have a motorboat, I guess. Coming through, Bronco Buster from the challenger. Priscilla Kelly firing up, and you know what happens there? Coming next through, and a bit of insult to injury. Champion down and end scene from Priscilla Kelly. Once again, now Ash by Elegance having it scouted.
That's all fun and games, but now we're down to business.
Here we go, heading to the top rope here. 10 punches of doom. Has to make sure she heads outside of the corner for the 5 count. Again, Chem's advantage, my God. Both these two going tit for tat here tonight. And again, if you're live with us in the chat, who do you think comes away with the victory tonight? Will Ash by Elegance retain her title, or will Priscilla Kelly be named the new Women's Champion of World Series Wrestling? Lines up the challenger on the outside. Ash by Elegance coming through. Nice baseball slide, dropping the challenger to the ground. Champion now holding out again. Willing Shrek to his feet. Oh no, a vicious shot. And now the champion directing Priscilla Kelly around the corner. And of course, this is not a street fight.
No, you're going to be in the ring in order to get the pin.
Wisely, Priscilla Kelly heading to the outside of the ring to create that separation.
Ash by Elegance accusing Priscilla Kelly of chicken. No, I think it's more a smart tactical move.
Forward to the champion is found, and Priscilla Kelly scurrying underneath the ring.
Again, tactical move.
I think Ash by Elegance maybe attempting to cut her off here. Here we go.
Nope. Yes,
oh, there we go. Rightly so. Oh, wait a minute. What was that? There was like a deodorant or a mist or something. Either way, straight into the eyes of the champion.
It's the backup deodorant that all rings have.
The straight, oh my God. Viciously straight into the barricade. Now going from one side to the other again and again and again. The aggression from Priscilla Kelly here tonight.
Let's not forget, this is for the World Series Wrestling Women's Championship.
Kelly coming through, big boot straight across the face of the champion. Champion down.
This isn't just like a prize fight. This is a real match with real consequences and real achievements at the end of it.
Exactly right. Kelly vying for the gold herself, wants to call herself champion here at World Series. Head towards November, October, November, potentially the Mega Mania. We can get through. I mean, at this point we're heading towards 3 doors down. At this point, how many are under there?
Was that it? That's your best joke?
It's better than yours.
Oh, it's adorable.
Here we go. Priscilla Kelly lining up the table in the corner. Oh, Priscilla Kelly has tricks of her own. Meanwhile, indeed, that chair launched into the face of the challenger.
I have to wonder, does Ash by Elegance have it in her contract somewhere that she can turn any of her matches into a no DQ match? We saw this last night, this vicious streak of Ash by Elegance. It's good to see that the title means so much to her. She's willing to bend rules in order to retain.
Absolutely. Ash by Elegance simply willing to bend the rules, to go that extra step, and really, it seems like who's going to stop her?
Well, I mean, call me a conspiracy theorist, but is it possible, as I mentioned, is there someone in upper management who has given her the go-ahead to be able to do this? Is it in her contract somewhere that she can go hell for leather and put people's lives in danger in order to retain her title?
Unfortunately, what you're about to see here, even if that is the case, if it's good for one, it's good for the other. Priscilla Kelly now has been given license to do the exact same thing. They play tug of war with a steel chair. Straight to the midsection. Remember, the champion is the one who introduced these weapons into the ring, and now she is suffering the consequences. Oh my God, straight across the back with the metal lid. See, they're just manipulating the champion into the chair, coming through with a crossbody onto the chair. Pinfall man.
That was smooth. Not only getting the impact of the crossbody, but having another body pressed down into that metal, into the mat, is not going to be good for your vertebrae.
Their ripcord clothesline, bending the champion in half, just looking to exact as much violence on the champion as possible. Barely able to get her hands up in time. Hold on. Oh my God, straight into the mouth of the champion. And almost a new champion there. Priscilla Kelly coming so close. The onslaught has simply not stopped from Hell's favorite harlot here tonight. And that door, yes, is still in the corner. Kelly having brought the door into the ring, set it up with nefarious intentions in mind, potentially taking inspiration from last night here in Adelaide. There is a rarefied air through the door. Oh my God.
Insult to injury.
Hold on.
Had it scouted. Put on the brakes.
Wait a minute. Oh no! Spear driving Priscilla Kelly through, and there we go.
Here is your winner and still World Series Wrestling Women's World Champion, Ash by Elegance.
Priscilla Kelly introduced the door into the match. Unfortunately, she paid for it in the end for the second night in a row. Ash by Elegance has utilized that object to secure the victory and secure the title for herself.
What's next for the champ? She turns up, she beats whoever comes her way, and she walks out with the strap. There's still 2 more nights of this amazing tour to go. Who's going to step up to Ash by Elegance?
It is an emphatic statement set here by the champion, taking on all comers, going to any lengths. She pulls up Priscilla Kelly. Hand raise, a fantastic show of respect between the two. Sealed with a kiss.
Priscilla Kelly realizing she's engaged. That's okay, it was a friendly gesture.
Champion heads to the back. Of course, we can have a look at how exactly this all came to pass here. From the get-go, mind games aplenty between the two, sizing each other up as it were, and soon things devolved into pure violence as Priscilla Kelly and Ash by Elegance went tit for tat. Fantastic Hurricane sending his challenger sprawling to the outside.
And of course, Shrek getting in on the action again. Boy, he got his tickets worth.
Oh! Being sprawled to the outside
This
as
is great.
many weapons were introduced.
Look how smooth that was.
They're straight through in the final moments of this match. The door was introduced, and again, a retention from Ash by Elegance, and once again, the World Series Wrestling Women's Champion. That is all but one down here tonight. We still, of course, have the main event that we are just moments away from. Our brand new champion crowned last night, Killer Kross, is set to defend the title for the very first time against the King of Bros himself, Matt Riddle.
A man who lost his title last night. That's right, he's the former Australian World Series Wrestling Champion, now hoping to be the big dog right up the top and get the World Series Wrestling Heavyweight Championship from Killer Kross.
Of course, remembering last night, Matt Riddle did not have to be pinned to lose the title, and indeed that was the case. He was not involved in the finish. Remembering the absolutely monumental tour he had last time we were here, and that's when Matt Riddle secured the Australian Championship again with up to and including a fantastic match against one Dean Brady, who we saw last night as well. Matt Riddle has more than proved his ability in the ring, and you understand why he is in position to be first in line against the new champion, Killer Kross. It is main event time. Of course, we thank you all who have joined us here tonight. Again, we are live on YouTube here, of course. Wherever you are on social media or in the chat, remember you can use that hashtag #RiseAgainst. We want to hear all your thoughts, read all your comments, see your opinions so far on the tour and what you believe is yet to occur here tonight as we await the arrival of the tall man himself, Killer Kross, sorry.
There he is, your World Series Wrestling Heavyweight Champion.
Belt collector in his own right, you see flanked not only by Scarlet Bordeaux, but by gold upon gold upon gold.
He's going to have to get someone else there to help him if he wins any more titles.
Remembering how we got here last night, Killer Kross and Bishop Dyer went to war last night under street fight rules in the wake of the vacation of the World Series Wrestling Heavyweight Championship, and now the man stands tall up on the mountain, ready to go up against all comers. And we've talked about the mixed martial arts, the catch wrestling style of Killer Kross, and going up against a former UFC wrestler in Matt Riddle. In some ways, it's a clash of styles, but in other ways, they are more similar than one might expect.
I could not agree more. I'd see a lot of similarities between these two. Both really hard strikers, both with a distinct attitude and charisma and determination to get to the top. One's there already, one's looking to continue to climb that mountain.
Really is that killer instinct. That is the similarity between these two. Matt Riddle and Killer Kross understand these big match moments, what it represents, and you can see there's a mutual respect between the two as well. They are set to go on to have a fantastic showing against each other as we head down to the official proceedings for this main event tonight for the World Heavyweight Championship.
This is your World Series Wrestling Melbourne Night 1 main event. And it is for the World Series Wrestling World Championship. Introducing first the challenger to my right. From Allentown, he is the Rude Dude. Introducing to my left, being accompanied to the ring by the Smoke Show, Scarlet Bordeaux. From Sin City, he is the MLW World Champion. He is the RPW World Champion. He is the ACW World Champion. And he is your World Series Wrestling World Champion, Killer Kross.
You hear how long that introduction does just to name the titles that Killer Kross carries on his way to the ring. The People's Executioner set to go one-on-one against the Rude Dude himself. This is main event time, Ben. We are here. WSW World Heavyweight Championship on the line here tonight.
And we're off.
And tonight it's very interesting. This is the first outing for Killer Kross as champion. All eyes on him to deliver. You really don't want to be the person who wins a championship and then loses it the very next night.
Matt Riddle taking a reception. The fact that the crowd pointing out he's not wearing shoes, you know what? I think he knows.
This is a very interesting tactic from Australians as well. We are often proud no-shoe wearing people. Here we go. Now they're immediately the wrestling background thumping Killer Kross rather unceremoniously on the mat. Notice at least for the time being we're a little bit all smiles here, especially again in that feeling out process.
Well, I mean, these guys travel together. These guys travel together on a 4-day tour of Australia. So it's travel time to and from our wonderful country. These guys are friends. They hang out together.
They know each other so well.
But as we've seen throughout the course of the tour, friends can fall by the wayside very quickly.
Hold on. The submission can happen just as quickly, Ben. You can see there, Kross able to hold the arm there, and now shoulders down for Riddle. Just as quickly as that, Ben, it could be over.
Kross telling Riddle that he had him for 2. 1 second away from retaining the World Series Wrestling Heavyweight Championship.
Hold
Riddle
on.
going for RK Bro.
Straight away. Has it cinched in? Cross jacket and straight, thankfully, Matt Riddle right by the ropes. Just like that, he was so close, Kross says. Bottle up here. The Scarlet Bordeaux on the outside of the ring. Almost found herself in a very, very bad way last night, almost taken out by the skyscrapers, if not for the timely intervention of Killer Kross on his way to winning the championship.
Oh, Riddle coming straight in with an elbow to the nose.
And you saw the MLW World Heavyweight Championship. Oh, that Killer Kross came down to the ring with. Over that championship is the only way that these two men have really faced each other off in MLW. They've only known each other in ring over the past year. This is very fresh for the two of them. You know, there's going to be a lot left in the tank here for both of them. They're going ham on the challenger here. The hammer fist, oh my God.
Kross firing in an elbow of his own. A receipt for the one earlier. And look at the smirk on Kross's face. You know, it's a special type of person who enjoys what they do in that ring.
That's it, both these men have been combatants, wrestlers, fighters for years upon years. They grew up on this. It's in their blood at this point. It is the thrill of competition, the thrill of combat sports.
Again, this is for the World Series Wrestling Championship, so referee willing to have a little bit more giveaway in the rules.
That's it, a bit of leeway there from the ref here as Matt Riddle and Killer Kross continue. And you can see there Scarlett dangerously close to the action. And here once again, well, oh, anything you can do, I can do better. High up on the chest. You can already see the welts beginning to show up on Riddle, especially all over his body.
Riddle trying to get out of the way by taking the shortcut through the ring, but Kross met him, and now Riddle picking him up and slamming him into the ropes.
So almost setting him up there, ready for those dangerous kicks straight across the chest there. Riddle not exactly endearing himself to this Melbourne audience. Caught, however, by Kross.
No. This is why you wear shoes, Riddle.
God, no! That is unfortunately one of the most awful things I've seen tonight.
I mean, if you're going to get inside Matt Riddle's head, playing this little piggy sure is a way to get his anxiety riled up.
Maybe this will get him to change his style, but it does not look like that's happening anytime soon as a well-placed knee to the head. Now vicious, vicious forearm. Immediately switching gears there, Riddle, that pound and ground style. And this is the dangerous thing about Riddle, just as much a prolific wrestler as he is a combat striker. Multidisciplinary.
I often wonder if American guests know what that phrase means.
You can always ask in the chat here if you understand what the phrase means.
Well, they don't understand. A majority of them are from Australia, right? No, I stand corrected. We have people from all over the globe watching us free on YouTube at World Series Wrestling. Don't forget, we have 2 more nights of intense wrestling action to come. So be sure to subscribe, ring the bell in order to be notified of when we're going live next for our 3rd night and a pin. For our 3rd night of World Series Wrestling Rise Against.
See there, Scarlett almost goaded into a shot there after a beautiful fisherman suplex and senton from Riddle. If that thumbs up was to the audience or to Scarlett herself. Every time Riddle inflicts more punishment on Kross, Scarlett is irate on the outside. He's sizing up the champion, and oh, this time Kross had to get scouted. That finger salute, there you go. That short snap German suplex, and now the champion taking firm control. Oh my God, caught, caught! There you go, that Sambo suplex, employed. 2 count, just barely. Both these men are suplex machines. Again here, 6'4", Killer Kross, 256 pounds.
Riddle switching him in there, getting the knee up. Big lift.
You notice notice there that the size advantage that the champion has does not change Matt Riddle's game plan at all. The man has scary strength. The way he's able to lift up and throw around the champion is simply unheard of as he heads through now. Dual punches. And a suplex of his own. Coming forward, shoulders on the mat, shoulder up, champion stays alive. This continues on.
You can never tell what Riddle's thinking, can you? He never looks stressed. He never looks worried. He's out there to do a job, and that job is to take home that championship.
Matt Riddle is calm until he isn't. Really, he can just switch on that killer instinct. But at this point, you can see for the amount of the ferocity that this man possesses, there's just, as you said, that insane amount of calm. He's cool, he's collected, he keeps things at a high pace, and yet it just seems like he's having fun the entire time, and yet maybe not so much in this very moment.
I was going to say, that didn't look very fun. Kross breaking through the attempted lariat and firing back with one of his own.
There's buying the champion a bit of time to catch his breath. The Scarlet there on the outside, willing Kross on, willing the champion up to his feet. Here he goes, it seems to have worked. There's a short punch there. Both these men just simply unable to get to their feet, already meeting knees on the ground, both struggling to get to their feet. Kross breathing here, just like a dragon. Punch again. Kross getting the better of this exchange, and now upping the ante, and again with a solid clothesline to the challenger.
Kross getting his second win. Oh!
Cutter for your troubles. Matt Riddle on the fences. And again, just that brutal lariat. At third degree brown belt in Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. And you see here, Kross then, again, suplex, thumping Riddle high on his head.
He's calling it. This one could be over, folks.
Doomsday has been spelt here for Matt Riddle. Always looking for the cross jacket. Hold on! Submission of his own by Riddle. Cutter of his own by Riddle. The champion is rocked. The champion is in trouble. 2 and
oh, so close.
And went straight on. Notice how quickly Matt Riddle employed the sleeper. Did not even give the man a chance to breathe after breaking up the pinfall. And now legs wrapped around, getting the top advantage here. Almost trying to control the arm from underneath as well, you can see.
He's got that locked in, and Karrion Kross is desperately crawling towards the rope. Riddle doesn't want him to get there, so breaking down those pecs, making it harder to crawl. And once again, has Kross locked in.
Unfortunately, the champion is in the center of the ring, nowhere to go. The lights are out. Referee has to be very precise about this. If Kross is unable to answer the call, wait, no! Champion is live, roll backwards, shoulders on the mat. Oh my God!
He got it!
Kross got him! Kross got him!
Winner and still World Series Wrestling World Champion, Killer Kross!
Killer Kross found himself in dire straits here, did exactly what he had to do. It was a well-placed pin outside of the submission attempt there. Really, that saved the match, saved the title, saved his damn breath.
And saved is the correct word. That could have gone either way. Both of these men so evenly matched. Kross has his arm raised now as the winner, but that could have quite easily been Riddle on any occasion.
It is the ring awareness from the champion, understanding where he was in the ring, and really how quickly things were turning bad for the champion. Unfortunately, it may have been the hubris of Matt Riddle, unwilling to let go of the submission. Unfortunately, shoulders pinned down. Killer Kross is still your World Series Wrestling World Heavyweight Champion.
I don't think it was a matter of not letting go. I don't think he could. How big is Kross to have that full weight pinning your arms down and pinning your shoulders down? I don't think he could let go if he wanted to.
Oh, that is definitely something Matt Riddle will replay in his head after tonight. Celebrations here are in order tonight for the champion as he continues on at the Rise Against Tour as the brand new World Heavyweight Champion, the belt collector here in his own right, flanked by Scarlet, flanked by Gold, fueled by victory. Melbourne Pavilion here, giving him his due, his props, his flowers. And we can take you back to all the events of this match here in a moment as we continue on the celebration. Of course, just imagine what this means going forward for the tour. I guess we're going to hear from the man himself before we get to that.
You guys are unbelievable. And I'm going to show up every single night and make sure I prove that to you. Last night, no easy task, no DQ. Had to fight Bishop to get this very nasty fight. One of the toughest guys on the planet, legit. Tonight, I had to defend this title against a very strange friend of mine. Very weird guy. Just takes time to get to know him. You'll love him in a way that you'll hate him, probably. Everybody's got a friend like that, right? You invite him over, you're like, he's fine, he's fine. Everyone's like, why did you invite this guy? What I really want to know is, and somebody just said in the audience, funny, sometimes all you have to do is just listen to the audience. They said, who's next?
Hold on.
That's a good question. I think we're about to find out. Well, we had it last night. Big meeting men slapping me.
The nation is answering the call here. It looks like the gauntlet was thrown down, and Moose looks to pick it up. It's the devil you know versus the challenger you'll never see coming. Looks like Killer Kross versus Moose is dead on the horizon very, very soon.
I'm a very big fan of that song, but cut that music right now. Hold up. This isn't Killer Kross talking to Moose, this is Kevin talking to Quinn. I've been waiting 6 years for you to shake my hand, and you know exactly why we didn't shake hands. I'm hoping tomorrow, no matter who wins this match, we can do this again and we can put it all behind us.
See, the words have been said, but this picture speaks 1,000 words right here. Moose and Killer Kross. There is some deep-seated history here, but this is a tremendous event that has transpired here. Just imagine what that means for tomorrow. We have a massive, massive match in Killer Kross versus Moose. Line up for tomorrow when we come back to Melbourne, Ben.
That's right, night 2 in Melbourne, night 3 of the Rise Against tour. But let's have a look at what happened in the second half of tonight at the Melbourne Pavilion.
Of course, as we came back here after intermission, we were blessed with a fantastic tag team showing here. As the tag team titles were on the line, the Water Rapids up against the newly crowned champion, the Good Brothers, and it was a showcase for the young homegrown team here, going tit for tat with the veterans themselves.
Absolutely, an absolute spectacular bout with the high-flying Water Rapids inching ever so close to those World Series Wrestling Championships. Look at that cutter over the ropes.
That's it, you
Look
can
at
see
that double team.
innovation, airborne was key, but unfortunately that veteran instincts took over. Isolation was key, and the Good Brothers were able to retain those championships and head on. And we headed off for the World Series Wrestling Women's Championship bout as the #1 contender Priscilla Kelly went on against Ash by Elegance, who looked to continue her dominant streak here at World Series.
And she was dominant not only with her physical prowess, but with the mind games and the Green Giant. We saw barricades, we saw bins, we saw this amazing cross-body pin combination by Priscilla. But once again, Ash by Elegance smashing Priscilla through the door, getting the 1, 2, 3 and retaining her World Series Wrestling Women's Championship.
And in main event time for the World Series Wrestling Heavyweight Championship, Killer Kross going one-on-one against the rude dude, Matt Riddle. It was hard hitting, there was wrestling, there was fury, there was sound and fury signifying a lot more than nothing, I'll tell you that, Ben.
Two friends, we heard it from Kross earlier, two friends going absolutely hell for leather. Cutter after cutter, submission after submission, pounding after pounding in order to win that World Series Wrestling Championship.
You saw there, it was almost time that it seemed like Killer Kross was going to have to relinquish that title to Matt Riddle. But what we noticed was that when the time was right, in a last desperate attempt to maintain his title, Killer Kross was able to say, hell no, flip himself back, and you'll see right here, last-ditch effort, sending the weight down, and Matt Riddle unable to escape, and once again raised high the World Series Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, Killer Kross.
Truly a worthy individual to hold that title, and I cannot wait until tomorrow night where we see in the main event Killer Kross going up against Moose.
Absolutely, all that and more, and of course the only way to see that is right here on YouTube. We are live, we are free. For World Series Wrestling, my name has been Sean Thomas. I'm here alongside Ben Rosenthal. We want to thank you for joining us. We hope you'll join us again tomorrow, but until that time, have a lovely evening. Good night to you all. Thank you.